Right now.
Right now.
Set these cook right now.
Good, you said these good. Why is this the beginning of our session? Welcome back to D&D right now.
You might as well just reset it and go again.
No,
just leave it in.
no. I
Yes.
refuse. I've had an anxiety pee. I've had my DM anxiety pee already, so
Okay.
it's out of my system.
Just
Welcome back.
making sure.
Yes, guess who's back? Hello, Sammy.
Hello, it is not
It's
me.
Dean.
Do you
Ding.
off? No, this isn't meant to shame you. We're not shaming our players I've missed. Do you remember the last session you were in for?
The one where I
Do you remember the number?
no. No.
I haven't done my math, but I believe it was session 9 or 8.
Wait, are we in session 12?
We're in session 12.
Yeah.
Oh, is that it? Okay, fuck. I thought it was like in session 8 and we're like session 16 now and I was gonna be sad.
No, session 16. Session 16 is likely going to be the end of this chapter.
Ooh.
Extremely likely. Like now, as I'm kind of writing things, so I guess the audience can get a little bit of a insight as to kind of my plans. Is I've decided that I'm going to run my campaigns yearly, so I don't want to have like a 15-year campaign over Discord because no. But it's just a thing of like it'll force me to change things dynamically in the next setting. Like our locations and stuff have been pretty limited, and our key characters have seen limited like assets made and limited development. But the last month of this year, I'm gonna go real hard on the writing and development, and then maybe in January next year I'll start it up, and there'll be a lot of stuff to go on right away. So
And hopefully then I can join more and
Yeah.
have good old time.
it's also a thing of
being
like
part.
it's also a thing of like the week before Thanksgiving is when all your plans go out the window.
Yep.
Especially if you work
Yeah.
in the service industry.
Also,
It's-
just to reconfirm, it was session 8. Was the last time Ding was in.
Damn. So
Yes.
after 3 sessions, welcome back.
Welcome back, Samby. We missed you, you beach.
Also,
Mm.
Sammy has not watched any of the VODs up till now, so he knows
Yeah.
nothing.
I
You know
want
nothing.
the experience of Ding when she finally wakes up and she's like, "What did I miss?" You know, I'm basically going in her eyes. So
So blind.
Yeah. So, I need to actually go ahead and bring up an asset. Boop. There we go. There it is. Oh, that's a little weird. Our names are slightly covered up by the thing.
Ah,
Is that this? Yes, it is. Let me drag that higher in my queue, because that is bothering me. Drag that much higher. There we go. Now we're overlapping the thing. Okay. So, from... I also need to start my timer. I always forget to start it. Start. Okay. So, last time, you two watched on as horror as Rue threw a grenade toward the central support beam of this room. Everyone give me a dexterity save. Everyone.
Oh boy. It.
what is my dexterity mod?
I was about to save my. I was about to roll my dice. But
What are you gonna do? Roll dice.
That's 19.
God. I have 19 as well.
Okay, since both of you passed, you may choose a direction to move. North, west, east, or south. I actually should probably also show you the grid. That would be smart, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That's what very helpful.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
it, Randy? Wouldn't that to be smart?
Rue, I keep throwing grenades.
Session 12. There's current, so...
D&D time,
Whoops,
bitches.
that's not Clemmacia VC. There it is. Oh, Dill Gribble. Alright.
Maybe Raven.
Alright, so there's the grid. Yellow
Ooh,
is
boy.
Cinder. Brown is Zavi.
Oh, shit. I like this grid.
Yeah.
Looks like a weird Pokemon.
I wonder what kind of Pokemon you're seeing.
Oh.
Okay.
I'll just say west.
Also, don't get attached to looking at your own OC's token, because, reminder, that is not you.
I know.
Yeah.
I know it might get a little confusing.
Especially for you, Ding.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Because yours is asleep.
Yeah.
Mine is sleep
Time.
Good night.
Good night.
Alright, so make your choice.
Also, Randy, while they're making a choice, check DM. Thanks, bye.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeehaw.
Can you before we choose, can you do me and explain about what those yellow boxes are?
I will do it after you choose a direction.
West. I'll go west.
Alright, then Cinder's gonna move west too.
Alright. Oh, I grabbed the wrong layer. Also, don't get pissed off at me if the squares don't fit perfectly.
I'm not gonna. We don't care.
It's fine.
Okay, it's at this point that from north to south, large rocks fall into the antechamber that you're in, separating you from your combat partner.
Oh no.
Wait. Oh. Oh, you bitch!
You
Oh
motherfucker.
no!
So,
Oh.
if you need assistance in deciphering what the colors mean, black is completely impassable.
Okay.
I always think of those like dishes. You know, like
I thought those were like
All right,
columns.
so here's the grid. Roll for initiative.
Oh, motherfucker.
Are you serious?
Motherfucker. You motherfucker, Randy. You motherfucker.
If you had gone any further left, you would have gotten bonked right on the head.
Ugh. 19 with no mod.
It doesn't matter because Maven got higher than that anyway. It's 9.
You're not Maven.
You're not
I know,
Maven.
but I know Maven. He has a fucking +7 initiative.
All right, yeah, that's right. I have to load up your character sheets. There we go. Okay, so what did you guys get with your map with everything on it?
19.
9.
Oh, guess what else?
Ooh.
Guess what Rue got?
Oh no.
19.
Motherfucker. You shady bitch.
How about roll me a d6, Mel?
Ooh.
Okay, that's gonna be pretty easy to beat. I think you're gonna win this one.
Ooh, I hope so. I got a 4.
Yep. Okay, so you go first.
Okay, Gucci.
Oh, I don't like this. I don't like what you've done, Randy. You're an evil person. You're evil.
So what did Zavi get?
He got a 9.
And Maven, 13 plus.
Ooh, wow.
20.
Yeah, 13
Yikes.
plus 2 plus 5, so 20. Oh no. He goes before Rue does!
Yeah. He's
Oh,
alert.
yeah.
He's alert, that's why.
Yeah. Ooh, boy.
Oh wait, that's Maven, not Zavi. Oh man, you go last. Fuck.
I know.
Yeah. He really does.
Okay, so for the purposes of this battle, you guys have the invigorated status, you recover all your spell slots, and you have temporary HP equivalent to your maximum HP.
That makes me relieved, but also very scared.
Yes.
Okay, so
What about my sorcery points?
Yeah, go ahead and max them out.
all of the spell
Alright,
slots are good.
Gucci.
Yeah, just go ahead and max out your spell slots and any class features that you have.
Alright.
Okay.
You feel the air swarming with ether, and it gives you an otherworldly adrenaline that you otherwise would not have.
Alright.
Ooh. So temporary HP equal to what?
Your maximum HP.
Okay, so I'm gonna write down that. So
So we would have 30 extra temporary HP? So you said?
well, you would.
Yeah, what's your maximum HP?
30.
Mine's 25.
What's 30 plus 30?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
60.
just write your current as 60.
Well, I don't have full health, that's the thing.
Well, I told you to max it out, silly.
Well, no.
Billy
fuck
Billy.
that. Fine. Okay.
Silly. You're silly. Okay, this is
I was
Maven.
going off
so-
with yesterday. I'm going off last time, man. Alright, that's gonna suck.
Let me just get this written down. I trust you guys to track your own HP. Oh boy. Okay. So with that said, Cinder, the first move is
Yes.
yours.
Wouldn't it be
It'd be
Maven's?
Um, D6. No,
Oh,
because he rolled a 1 on the
Okay.
D6.
wow. Okay. Oh my god, a miracle. Maven doesn't go first. Holy shit. Okay, let's see here. Let me take a good old looky loo here.
Also, if you're wondering about the yellow squares, if you pay attention, you may learn what they're about.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Alright, so what Cinder's gonna do... All these squares are 5 feet, right? Correct?
Correct.
Alright. Gucci. Alright, so what Cinder's gonna do, she's gonna move in. Let's see, 5, 20...
Let me actually arrange the layers in a way. Oh, I put this on a... I accidentally put this on a layer in which one of the character things is on. Whoops. I'll just go ahead and quickly correct that while you're making a decision. There we go.
So she's gonna move 5, 10 feet diagonally, northeast,
Okay.
and then she's gonna move another 5 north, and then what she's gonna do is she is going to... they should really have reformatted this between sessions. Oh well. She is going... She's going to cast... She's going to use her Hexblade's Curse feature as her bonus action to curse through.
Okay, so which way did you move?
Alright. 10 northeast. And then another 5. Hello?
Another 5. So you're 10 feet
Another
away from...
5 north.
So you're 10 feet away... You're 15 feet away from Rue.
Yes. And the range on that, on Hexblade's Curse, is 30.
Okay.
And she's going to use her bonus action for that. And then what she's going to do is she is going to cast... looking over everything. She is going to cast... No, we can't do that. Okay, that's fair. She is going to... I'm sorry if I'm like waffling here, it's my bad.
It's fine.
She's going to cast Shatter. So let's make that attack roll, boys. Bep. And then I'm gonna add my mixed games. Does a 23 hit?
Yeah, absolutely. Do I need to make
Oh,
a save?
Jesus.
Do you make a save? Let me see. Constitution save, yes.
What am I trying to beat?
Con.
What
Okay,
is
sorry.
What is the...
13.
Okay. Will you accept a 14?
Oh, God. SMH. Well, she takes half as much then.
Okay,
So let me get
so what'd you get?
3d8? Yes, that's true. 14.
So half of that, so 7.
Yeah.
Okay. I almost subtracted that from the wrong person's HP.
One.
Okay, so do you want to describe what happens real quick?
Sure. Let me just take a look. So what's gonna happen is that Cinder's gonna focus her gaze on a certain spot near Rue, and a sudden loud ringing noise that's painfully tense is gonna erupt from that point near her. And it just like echoes throughout the mine. I almost called it the cave. Ooh.
Alrighty. You can see the bronze-skinned lady kind of cover her ears and recoil for a second, then she looks up toward you and snarls. And now it's Maven's turn. What Maven is going to do is he is going to use his bonus action to hide. What's your passive perception, Zabi?
My passive perception is 12.
Okay, that is a nat 20.
Oh no.
So now you see the
Fuck!
now you see the white cat in front of you taking a deep breath as he kicks up a bunch of sand in the air, and you see him completely vanish.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you! Fuck
no.
you! Oh!
Oh.
I don't like this. I don't like this, man.
And then from the air beside you, you hear a blade sing out.
Oh.
Does a 16 hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it does.
I actually need to grab another dice. That's not the right dice, Randy. You don't need a D12.
God.
There we go. So, you hear a blade sing out as you are stabbed in the leg with a dagger, and since you were caught by surprise, it deals a surprising amount of extra damage. You take 2 plus, you take 4 piercing damage, with an additional 10 piercing damage because of the sneak attack bonus.
Christ.
So 14 in total?
Yes.
Oh, God!
And then it's at this moment that you hear footsteps move as he uses his feline agility to stay hidden from you, but move away from you.
What a fucking pussy. Literally.
Literally.
Hate
Same
it.
brain cell.
God.
And since he's hidden, I am going to make his icon invisible on the map.
Ooh boy.
And now it's Rue's turn. Alright,
Ooh boy.
let's see what you got. It's at this time that you see the bronze skinned woman say, "Well, that was an easy hit. How about you try this?" And then she reaches up and holds up her arcane focus as her image splits into 4. This is mirror image.
Oh,
I fucking knew it. I told you. I called you I was gonna do it. I called it.
I
called it.
motherfucking knew it.
I'm so mad.
And then what
I'm
she does
angry.
is she walks directly beside you, and you can hear her voice call out, "Try to hit one of us if you dare."
Ooh,
And ends her
boy.
turn. Zabi, it's your turn.
Shit.
I don't
So,
like this.
let me
Randy.
send you an updated version of our positions.
You have upset me. I am upset.
Hey,
Ooh.
I'm going to tell you this. You made these decisions, not me. You made the choices to take what you took. I am just using them.
Fuck you.
Motherfucker.
I fucking hate you. I hate you. I hate you. Anger.
Angie.
Anger.
Big anxiety.
Also in the VOD, I'm going to make Maven visible for those of you that are watching the VOD. There we go.
Ooh.
You lucky bitches.
You can do it, Xavier. I believe in you.
I don't know what the fuck to do. That's the thing. He's hidden. I
I
can't see
believe
him.
in you.
You can also try to... I mean, I'm not going to give you ideas, but remember, the black areas are impassable.
Yeah. Oh, my hands are all sweaty. I'm already fucking, like, anxiety filled because of this shit. God damn it.
did I do 14 points of damage to you in the first round?
Yes, you did.
Holy shit!
The fuck, Randy? See.
Let me actually do a quick lookup on the hide rules for attacks, because I might have to reveal his position. D&D5e, hide rules with attack. Sorry for the air conditioner.
It's fine.
Yada yada yada. Oh, attacking will make your location note, but does not reveal you. Okay, proceed.
Fuck.
I just needed a quick rule on that. Also, Sammy, you can unmute if you want to talk.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
talk.
You can talk,
You can
it's
talk,
fine.
dude.
Your commentary will be valuable, plus I'll be asking you for numbers soon, Sammy.
Ooh boy.
I don't like. I don't know what to do. I hate this. This is already just so annoying.
You know, there's other things you can do with an attack.
Yeah, there are other things you can do. Remember the cheat sheets I passed you guys? Oh, your mom just went...
Can I just
What
like
do you
ready up for like his next attack?
Okay, what are you preparing to ready for?
A sneak attack. Or
I
anything.
mean... Is it a melee
just, like-
attack?
Oh fuck! I hate this. I hate this so much. You fucking dick. You
God.
are the worst person right now, Randy.
I'm
I
telling
knew
you...
this
like
was gonna
you
be
a lot.
awful.
I'm putting on my hands, I'm saying, you design these characters and what they do. I didn't. I'm just using the pages that you've provided me to use.
Can he hear me?
Yes.
That's the question. Okay. I am going.
Would you like a free bit of information?
Sure.
I can also see you.
Ooh.
Okay. Hate it.
I hate it.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to use my feat from Bard, Enthralling Performance.
Okay.
So if he can hear me, he's going to be charmed.
Okay. And since he's already magically charmed by Tiamat, I'm gonna give him advantage on the resist.
How did I know
Oh
that?
boy.
So what is
I
your
hate it.
what's the spell save I need to beat? Or meet?
13.
That is an 18.
Oh boy.
I'm already angry. I'm pissed. I'm fucking.
Ooh.
Ooh!
Would you like to move with what you have left? You notice your voice and song rings out within the sandstone cavern, but you hear no reaction.
Oh. Is there even a point to move at this point? I feel like staying next to the wall would be the best way of option there. Oh, I hate this.
We got more rounds to go through, son. You better make a decision.
Ooh. Ooh, anxiety.
He's gonna move south as much as he can.
So you're gonna go against the wall there,
Yeah.
and you have 30 feet of movement. Do you want to sit in the
Yep.
center of the wall or to the left? Or in the center tile, do you know what I mean?
Center tile, yeah.
Okay. Alright, and that's the end of your turn?
This is the worst.
Okay. Positional update coming.
Ooh boy.
Alrighty, we're back at the top of the round with Cinder.
Ooh boy.
Here are your positions. Sans Maven, because he's hidden.
Okay. Take a look at what I can do here, Beach. Sheet. So, Cinder's
Oh,
going to do.
I should probably go ahead and do this. Okay, proceed. Because I forgot. I need to roll for mirror image to see if it's gonna hit or miss.
Okay. So what she's gonna do is she's going to cast. Why am I looking at the work spells? Okay. Okay. She's going.
Figured out what's going on.
Hello.
Hello. So she's gonna cast Thunder Wave.
Oh, okay. Do I need to make a
Each creature
save or do you
within
need
a-
to make an attack roll?
Each creature in a 15-foot cube must make a Constitution saving throw. And if you succeed, it's half as much. So, okay.
Okay, so I have that dice there. I need to roll 2 more. Okay. And then I need to get some other dice. I just need to roll more dice. Yeah.
Ah.
Ooh.
Okay, so, Cinder,
Yeah.
you look toward Rue as you see all 3 of her mirror images melt away.
Yes, I knew this was a smart call.
And roll your damage for it so I can have it.
All right. 14.
So 7.
All right, I'll take it. It's something. Bip.
So you quickly see all the mirror images melt, and then Rue kind of staggers back. She's like, "Oh, you rotten scoundrel!" And then she shouts out, "Zavi, honey, come give me some assistance! I'm not doing so
Oh,
well!"
Uh-oh.
And now it's
Oh, no.
Maven's turn. Zavi,
Oh.
directly to your right, directly east of you, you hear shuffling footsteps. Make an opportunity attack with disadvantage because you cannot see him.
Ooh, come on. Come on.
Really?
No.
I rolled a 7 and a 4.
Okay, so that's a
Oh,
big win for
no.
Rudy. So that is... So yeah, what is Maven's movement? Don't you have more movement? Let's see.
He is 40.
Okay. I moved 30 last time, so now I know. So, 10,
He has 40
20,
movement and he
30,
already used feline agility.
40.
So
And he's going to use his bonus action to dash. So, 10, 20, 30, 40. And then he's going to consume his bonus action to dash again.
Ooh.
wait, what?
Yeah, you can do that. Remember? Cutting action.
Oh, he's coming. Yeah. Ugh. I hate you.
All right, and those of you in the VOD, you can see where he is, and now he's gone. And now it's Rue's turn.
Ooh, boy.
I'm genuinely fucking. I'm pissed. Fucking.
I had a goddamn feeling. I'm sorry, but like, I was like, wait, something's up. And like, seeing your guys' names, I knew Randy made up those names because he's the only one who always puts like combos. like-
Actually, correction.
Correction,
These
they
are
made up those
characters
names.
we made.
Yeah, they made those
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah.
Why is the name so weird?
It's fitting to Sylvan standards. So it's at this point that you see Rue say, "As my honey comes over, get a taste of this." And it's at a moment that she holds her hands out and expands them. And you see an orb glowing several colors.
Ooh,
Appear
it's
between her
chromatic
hands.
orb.
And it glows with a red and orange fury as it becomes more and more intense. She's casting this as
Oh,
a
no.
2nd level spell.
Oh, motherfucker.
Wait, isn't it Cinder's turn?
No.
No, I already had my turn, dude.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you used the mirror image. Yeah. Never mind.
Will you take a natural 20?
God damn it.
That's 48. Wait, no, that's 88.
Oh, motherfucker.
Well,
Okay, you're fortunate because I rolled a lot of ones.
Ooh.
I rolled a lot, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17,
Ooh.
18, 26 points of fire damage.
Ooh, motherfucker, dude. Oh, don't like the fucking Internet Explorer piece of shit.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that was like half your health.
Half of my health?
Yeah, it's half your pretty much because your temporary health too.
Yeah, your temporary HP should almost be wiped now.
It's actually completely wiped, dude.
Oh
You
my
said
god.
26, right?
Yeah, 26.
Yeah, because you're
It's 25. Now I'm at 24 out of 25 with my actual HP.
Oh no.
look at what you've done, Randy.
Look at what you've done. Alright, Zavi, it's your turn.
Oh, well, I guess I gotta try and run over there.
Would you
and
like
use
a
my
friendly hint?
bonus action as a dash? Yeah.
You're not a rogue.
Oh. I
Would
want
you
to
would you like a friendly hint?
Sure.
What did he use to hide? What visible hint could you use to tell you which way he moved? I'll give you a hint. Blank stone.
What?
Blank stone. This cavern is made of blank stone. Sand. If you would call a perception check, I would have given it to you, but you didn't. Use your interactions, dude.
You're really pissing me off right now, Randy. I swear to God.
So, with that said, would you like to make a perception check to see? It's an interaction, it doesn't waste your action.
Yeah, I'll do a perception check.
Since I'm feeling so friendly, how about you take a 19?
I actually rolled a 19 anyway.
Oh, fuck, okay.
Ooh.
So, you can see he goes directly around the corner, and he he hides directly against the wall as he slinks around the other side, going south to west.
Oh, so he's just, like, down somewhere here. I can't really see.
Mayhaps. What would you like to do, sir?
I guess move
Where
towards
so would you
that
like to move?
direction.
Tell me specifically.
Tell me specifically where you'd like to move.
Just to be south, like, by the little corridor to get into the other side.
So 1, 2, so 10, 20. I can stop you directly on the middle south. Is that okay? That's the fastest movement you can take. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you like to use your action to dash, or do you have something else in mind?
Is there a way I can actually, like, find him?
I mean, you've already seen his trail. It's going around to the west, around the corner to your northwest. Like this footprints in the sand. However, that corner on your north side is blocking the rest of the path.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just use action as a dash.
Okay. Where would you like to
Uh, just on the other side of the wall there.
So 10, 20... I can put you on the left side of it, on the northern tip. Is that fine? Because
That's
then
fine,
Aru
yeah.
will be directly north of you at this point.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
Let me update your positions.
Oh,
Alright.
boy.
Let me make sure Maven's hidden, because he's supposed to be hidden. Okay. Here's everyone's positions. And we're at the top
Ooh,
with
boy.
Cinder.
Ooh, boy. Quite in a pickle now, B. Wait, fuck, I forgot that, like, damages get a bonus with her curse.
What's that?
Bonus damage. Hexblade's curse.
Oh, yeah. Well, how much is
Gain
it?
a bonus. I'm not sure, dude. It didn't tell me. I should probably Did it tell me? It should have told me.
Well, since you didn't write it down,
Ooh.
we're gonna look past it and continue.
Fair enough.
Awful.
Awful. Oh, it's my proficiency bonus. I just need to read down a bit more.
So let me subtract 4 more points from that because it's +2. So
Yeah. +2.
actually halved. So it would just straight be 2
Yeah.
because you took half damage both times. Okay, I've updated Rue's HP.
It's fair enough.
Okay, feel free to take your action. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, it's my bad. It's just a lot to read.
Made me tie my hair up. I'm so upset.
Ooh, Chris is getting into peak dice mode.
Why are my hands so sweaty?
Because it's scary.
You've already given. We have barely even started, and they're having.
It's only round 3. It's only
I know.
round 3.
I know. I hate it.
Like I said, I only use grids when it's really imperative that you know where your location is.
Looking over my. Ooh, just fucking knocked out like my entire temporary HP. One
Yep.
blow, dude. It's
Yep.
fucking-
Yep.
Ooh.
Have you realized the gloves have come off?
Yes, I hate it. That's why I was so anxiety for this session. Alright. So what Cinder's gonna do is she's gonna cast Chromatic back.
Oh.
And she's gonna cast it as a 2nd level spell and use her empowered spell meta magic so she can reroll the damage dice if she wants.
What
All
element?
3 of them. Poison.
Okay, go ahead.
Alright, let's make this roll. Oh my god, I got a nat 20.
Oh
Okay.
boy, that's 8d8.
Oh,
Yep. You get to send it right back. Freaking A.
8d8, Jesus Christ. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. 47, Jesus Christ.
Okay. So it's at this time that you see Rue melt to the ground. And literally melt. Her body completely melts into bones.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. I did it to them.
It's at this moment that you make a horrible realization.
that's your body.
How are you going to get your body back
Yes.
if your body is gone?
Your body's literally gone, dude.
Yeah. I did it to myself. Literally just congratulations, you played yourself.
Unless you'd like to make that an incapacitation.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just...
Yeah, that's what I was talking to Chris about. I was
Okay.
like, we don't have to kill ourselves.
So
You
I'll just
don't.
bring that. I'll
Have
bring that down. I'll
incapacitate.
bring that down to a 1. Would you like to make any movement? Let me make her icon a little bit transparent so we can tell that she's downed. There we go.
Okay. Gucci. Oh. Sorry, I'm reading VC as I look at this. Some Chinese scam. Tell him to get out of here. You're
Focus.
playing dice
Focus.
game.
Focus. Would
I'm
you like to make? Would you
sorry.
like to make any movement now that you can inspect her body in peace?
Yes.
Where are you
I'd
moving?
like to inspect OD. I'd like to keep 5 feet between us, please.
Okay. So you want to move to her east side, maybe?
Yes.
As you move, you hear a deep breath behind you.
Oh,
Nothing personnel, kid.
Nothing personnel, kid.
motherfucker.
Maven makes an opportunity attack against you since you moved out of his range of attack.
Jesus Christ.
Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
It's at this time you hear the singing of an actual blade, not a dagger, ring out.
Ooh, boy.
as you sustain
Wait.
It's a D6 plus.
2d6.
Yep.
Ooh.
That's 3d6 and
5. You take 11 points of slashing damage.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Not very friendly.
Depending on what is used.
Do you want to process this? Like what just happened? You can feel
Yes.
it. You can feel it peel into your thigh as you move.
Rude.
Is that all you say? Just rude.
Or she's gonna, like, try and look over her shoulder to figure out what the fuck just happened.
And guess whose turn it is?
It's...
Maven's.
Yep.
Ooh.
And then Maven makes himself visible. Let me show you the locations. Oh, whoops, that's the wrong icon.
Wait.
And it appears that Maven was visible directly behind you at the time.
Jesus Christ.
Never mind.
What?
Stand corrected. Never mind.
Yeah, because I used your Tabaxi agility to also move far enough in one turn and dash
Yeah.
twice to get there.
Yeah.
So that's where he is right now, and now he's visible.
Ooh.
And it's at this time that you see his milky white eyes kind of look down toward Rue. And it's at this time that he that he reaches into his jacket pocket and he pulls out a round green object
Ooh.
and he pulls the pin
Oh.
Oh no.
and he drops it directly to the floor at his feet.
Oh no.
Give me
Oh, no.
give me a dexterity save, and Rue rolls it with disadvantage because she's incapacitated.
Ooh no.
You're telling me he's fucking Marty Doming right now?
He's gonna fucking commit seppuku.
Wait, do I have to,
I
do I have to
No,
roll a dexterity
no,
save?
no. You're far enough. You watch on in horror as this whitish
Oh,
blue explosion envelops all three of them.
Oh no.
Holy fuck. Holy fuck.
So, Cinder, dex save.
19.
Okay, so you take half damage.
Okay.
Fucking Marty Dom fucking Maven. Jesus. You're supposed to do that when you die, not when you fucking are alive.
Well, I mean, he was instructed to do something specific.
Scary.
Help me.
Well, help Rue. Not help you.
Yeah.
So,
Help Rue.
I actually need to look in our DM and see how much damage that is so I can roll it.
I can get it for you
I
if you
can let
want.
you know. It's,
How much is it?
68.
68, huh? Okay.
Ooh boy.
A lot of d8s this time.
Lucky number 8, bro.
Alright. So, 8, 15, 18, 21, 25, 27 points of force damage, but you take half of that. So,
Which is-
you take 13 points of force damage.
Yeah.
The exact amount I have left. Okay, Karen.
And then it's at this time that you also you also fall incapacitated. Also, Rue sustains 2 death save failures because
Oh,
any
no.
attacks within 5 feet are instant criticals.
Jesus.
Oh no.
And it's at this time that you can see that Maven is ragged quite a bit, but he's still standing as he slowly looks over his shoulder and turns toward you, Zavi,
Oh, fuck.
and ends his turn.
Mother.
Rue needs to make a death save. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in this cup here, and I'm going to turn it upside down. And we're going to check on that at the end of the round.
Ooh.
Alright, I'm going to leave that there. I'm not going to touch it. I don't know what it is. So, Zavi, your turn. How about you process everything you've just observed? Oh, positions. Sorry.
Jesus.
This is only round 4, too.
Jesus Christ. This went from 0 to 100 really fucking quick.
Yeah. He's just like, what the fuck? Like, he's just shocked seeing, like, the explosion and everybody down and seeing this fucking white cat just stand out from the rubble.
His mouth is agape, and he's obviously ragging from the force damage from the grenade. And you can kind of see he doesn't seem super obedient at this time. He kind of looks directly toward you with his milky white eyes. Intently.
Oh, no. Well...
Oh, he also didn't move, so he gets feel and agility back. Fuck.
Boy.
I just realized that.
That's off.
It's terrible.
Wait. I just remembered again. Ooh. When Rue's incapacitated, Cinder's supposed to get back HP.
Oh, really?
Ooh, God. Yeah.
How much?
Yeah, right here. Regain hit points equal to Warlock level plus your Charisma mod, so that's
4.
4 whole HPP.
Okay. Well, feel free to do that. Let me make your icon opaque again.
It's just like a near-death fucking experience. I'm sorry,
There we
I'm
go.
just like...
Yeah, please
so
be
last
looking at
minute.
your options betwixt turns that are not your own. It makes it faster and more considerate for everyone.
So sorry.
What he's gonna do is that he sees that Cinder was taken down, Cinder in this case being the actual Cinder,
Rude.
and Rue, yeah. And he goes and runs up towards Maven
Like,
with-
just head on.
with the iron ball in hand, with the chain ball in hand,
Okay.
using it as a flail.
Alright, make an attack roll.
Being a natural 20. Oh,
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Yep,
Power.
I'll take that. So,
Okay,
go ahead and
So let's
roll that damage.
I need to roll 2d8 real quick.
2d8 plus strength score once.
That's 9.
Okay.
9 total.
Math from the grenade. How much was that?
9.
9?
Yes.
Okay. So describe how you attack him with your flail of doom.
He swings it around, and as he goes for his last swing, he hits Maven in the chest. In the chesticle.
Oof. The chesticle. Alrighty. So, since it's the end of the round, I'm going to lift up this cup. What is it? It's at this moment that you notice that Cinder, or Rue, her chest has begun to stop puffing up and drawing breath.
Ooh.
That was a 5.
Yeah.
Cinder,
Ooh.
you stand next to a lifeless corpse.
Motherfucker. Wait a minute. If she's lifeless, then I can go back inside her, technically. Her body's still there.
But how?
How?
Pure raw determination. Ugh.
Okay, Cinder, top of the round. Your turn. Oh, let me update positions for you. I'm so sorry. We haven't run grid-based combat in such a long time.
Inflame. B.
Here we go.
Ooh, boy.
Okay, I'm just making sure that XSplit is capturing all this, because this is very important.
Yeah.
Also, Sammy, you can unmute. It's fine, dude.
It's fine. You can talk, dude.
You want to hear?
You want to hear my mom sing?
Oh,
Oh.
if you want to chip in the commentary when your mom is not singing, that'd be great.
Yep.
And then he mutes again.
Oh.
Me too.
delicate angel.
I'm sweating bullets.
Ooh. Okay. So what Cinder's gonna
Just
do
know-
again?
Sorry.
Yes. You
Just
can
know
go.
that I am like
Listening.
listening and
Okay.
like
Yeah.
engaged. Oh, Jesus Christ!
He's Benibus.
All right, back I go.
Ooh, into the void. All right, Cinder. What Cinder's gonna do? She's gonna cast Chromatic Orb again as a second level spell.
Oh.
All right, go ahead.
And she's gonna, and I will clarify this time. She's trying to incapacitate.
Okay.
Let's roll this dice, boys. 18 plus 5.
That's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
23.
Oh. So is that another 8? Not 8. Oop.
It's 4. It's 48.
4? 4
Right.
8?
It's a second level spell. It's 48.
Okay, Gucci. 2, 3, 4. Bip. 12.
12 points
Much more
of damage.
underwhelming.
Okay. So what element was that?
Poison.
Okay, poison again. It's at this point that you can see Maven kind of hunker over a little bit. He's not doing well. He's been bloodied for a bit.
Ooh.
And now it is his turn. And what he's going to do is he's going to take his bonus action to disengage.
Ooh.
And he's going to move forward 5 feet. And then he's going to use his interaction to rummage through Rue's body.
Oh no.
And what he does is he draws another grenade and he puts his finger intently on the pin, carefully watching the both of you.
Oh.
And ends his turn.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. This is the Randy! 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 So inside. Ooh. Ooh.
Alright, so Rue sits there being a lifeless corpse. Zavi!
You're the worst, Randy. You are the worst.
Nice part is I'm the DM, so I don't have to tell you the triggering condition. I just know.
No.
Can I cast sleep?
You may.
I'm gonna cast sleep on him. So I have to roll
Alright, so...
5d8.
Well, you better hope you roll high enough. It's gonna be really hard to not roll high enough for this.
Yeah, it really shouldn't be that hard. Where's my other d8? Fuck.
Please.
There it is. Alright. 5d8. Well, there are 2 8s in there already. 2 8s
Yep,
and a 7.
okay,
so.
that's fine.
Yep.
I'm gonna need to roll a dex save, because he has his finger through the grenade ring.
Oh no.
And this is going to determine whether the grenade goes off or not.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Alright. And the cup is up. The cup is upside down. I'm not going to reveal it until I want to. I'm going to take a drink first, because not even I know what this happened yet.
Ooh.
Hey, Zavi.
Huh.
What's your spell save DC?
Isn't it 13?
That's what I'm
Charisma?
basing this save off of. Alright,
Ah.
well.
Yeah.
I mean, you've put him to sleep, but...
Yeah.
Does anyone need to use the restroom before we continue, or should I lift up the cup?
Lift up the cup.
Lift it up.
Get the fucking cup up.
Thankfully for you, he fails his saving throw. And his finger does not draw the pin. And he falls magically to sleep.
Also, are you accounting his -2 charisma
Yes.
saving?
It was a... Yes. It was a dex save, but yes.
Oh. Yeah.
'Cause I
never
was
mind.
trying to see if he would pull the pin as he fell to sleep. And he did not.
Okay.
It's at this time that the grenade rolls out of his hand Hey, Sammy, are you there?
Yes.
Can you roll me a d20? No reason.
Okay.
Oh,
Are you guys ready?
Uh-huh.
no.
16.
Okay, so the grenade continues to roll, and it almost snags itself on a few stalagmites off the ground.
Oh.
Jesus.
Ding! Roll me a second d20.
Are you fucking
Okay.
serious?
Okay. Where did it go? There it is. 8.
Okay, so as it begins to pick up velocity, it pops up and snags the top of a stalagmite, and the pin comes out. It bashes into the eastern wall. Everyone give me dex saves.
Wait, okay, which wall
Motherfucker.
exactly?
The wall directly
Mother-
east of you.
Motherfucker, dude.
I was gonna make him roll a d20 for every 5 feet it traveled.
Motherfucker. Randy, you're a cock.
Wasn't it behind the wall?
You're a real rooster.
and I have to roll 2 dex save with disadvantage. Okay, yep, that's 2 failures.
Okay, I got 19. I
Failure.
mean,
That's a failure.
The failure?
Yep,
17 for me.
okay,
that's also a failure. So,
okay.
congratulations, guys. We don't need the grid anymore. So let me take it off the VOD. Boop. Whoops, that's the wrong thing. Boop. There we go. It's at this time that the center of the antechamber caves in, and each of you slide down a harmless crumble sandstone slide in sand. And at the bottom, you're heel to heel with a massive yellow translucent crystal, large and beautiful.
Oh.
It appears that this must be the Earth protocrystal they were talking about. And it's just right on cue at this point that you hear footsteps travel in, and you hear Joakim call out, "Are y'all okay down there? We heard a lot of bang booms."
Okay.
I'm also gonna say, grats guys, I actually pulled the gloves off, and I was intent on ending your game this time.
I know you were.
Jesus
I
Christ.
was intent on ending your game this time. I'm like, okay, I've given you guys enough closes. It's time to actually end it, and you did it. Good job.
Damn, dude. Damn.
It's at this point.
Jesus.
It's at this point that Ruthie kind of begins to run a rope down as she's tying it to one of the ends, and then Joakim comes down, and he's like, "This is it. This is the Earth protocrystal." And would you like an idea of how large this thing is?
Yes.
Do you see the grid?
Uh-huh.
It is the size of the center of all 4 of those impassable pluses that you can see.
Huh.
So this crystal's like 50 by 50 feet. It's
Jesus
giant.
Christ.
Big boy. How was Ding supposed to carry that?
Well, good thing Ding's asleep.
What do you mean we can't take it home?
I mean, hey,
Goddamn.
now is an excellent opportunity to actually talk in character about that.
Oh.
Alright, good. Now I can have to start checking off my notes. Yes.
Jesus.
Y'all did this for a little on me.
No.
No.
Yes, but no.
Yes, but no.
Guys,
but
man, I'm going to reveal the curtain here. If you guys had not been incapacitated or incapacitated at this point, you guys would be theater of the mind, always within range at this point. This by the time you got to the 5th round, it was planned that it would go theater of the mind, and you did it.
Yay!
Yeehaw.
So it's at this point that Joakim is like, "Now do you understand why you can't take this with you?"
Yeah.
The Earth protocrystal is the sole catalyst that keees these lands fertile and alive, and if someone were to shatter it or take it with them, who knows what could have happened. It's a good thing that y'all got here when you did. Furthermore, are both of you okay? And he takes stock of just the bruises and cuts and bleeding from like your legs that you've sustained.
Would the corpse of Cinder, or not Cinder, but Rue and Maven be with us?
Yeah,
or are they still back up there?
They've slid down the slide, kind of making contact with it as well. I mean, technically Maven's asleep.
Maven's asleep.
Oh.
Rue is just... She failed all her saves. She's dead.
She's dead.
Ooh.
F.
F's in chat.
Big F.
It's at this point, from the top, really finish running the rope down, and she's been tying knots so you can climb back out. And as you look, you can see her eyes widen. She's like, could that be? And she's like, hey, what did you two do to those people down there? I've seen those people before. The bronze-skinned woman and the white-furred cat? What happened?
Well,
It's
they,
it's a story and a half.
we don't know what's going on.
It's at this point that she kind of furrows her brows and nods her head. She's like, well, you two have been cooperators this far. How about you all come up and we'll get you tended to, and once we get back to a safe area, we'll get this all sorted out. It's at this point that you can see that Joe has found some perfectly round cut smaller pieces of the protocrystal, and he's actually putting samples in his satchel to take with. Wow, you actually completely avoided this event. I'll tell you what it is after the session. Freaking A.
Ooh.
I'm so proud of you guys.
Yeah, you did really well. Good job, guys.
Cinder's gonna look over at Xavier and then look over at Maven and Rue and be like, those two. They said we switched bodies. Is that true?
It's at this point that you can see Ruthie and Joachim look at each other in disbelief, and she's like, let's make sure we get these two back intact. And then Ruthie is like, I have a suspicion.
A suspicion?
A suspicion.
We'll talk more if you could help us get back to a safe area. All is a deal is probably the closest safe area, and it'll be a day's travel from here. I can carry them if you can just get them up here.
Well, by all means. Anything to get out of here.
It's been a long, long time coming.
So are we gonna try and help get them up the rope?
Yeah, let's just roll d20s for fun.
Okay.
18.
Yep.
18 too.
Damn. Yep. Okay. So everything is wrapped up, and everything is retrieved. It's at this point that Joachim is going to tend to the both of you. Where's his spell list? His giant fucking spell list. Okay, good.
He's a big boy spell list.
Yeah, he has 3 spell lists because he has 3 different spell lists because of how his class works. Let's see here. So he's gonna tend to your wounds with a 3rd level spell slot again. Was that D8s? There we go. So Zavi,
Yeah.
you recover 6, 11, 19 hit points.
19 hit points. Okay.
And Cinder,
Ooh.
He's also going to do the same for you, and you recover 1, 5, 11 hit points.
Okay.
Question.
Yes.
Did the grenade that launched us down do any damage?
For plot purposes, let's say no.
Okay, then I just still have the temporary health, and I'm just
For
gonna get rid of that.
oh, you already had temporary health. Then
I never got damage after the first attack.
would you like to transfer? Would you like to? How about we just do a redo and say, how about you max out your health?
Yeah, I'll do
Cinder. Yeah.
Ooh.
If you have temporary HP, it's now gone.
that. Yeah,
All right,
that's
good
what I
job.
was figuring.
Yeah. So now it's going to be a grueling day's travel back. You guys want to have a short time to interact? Let's do it like a small interaction in the middle of the night, because all of you have set up camp kind of out in the center of the desert. You're traveling directly south, and you're on some sandstone. You look over to see Joachim placing a couple of coins over the eyes of Rue's corpse.
Very playful.
And he's looking in his white grimoire. And then Ruthie is just kind of sitting there, and she's taking a sip from her canteen.
Ooh. Alright, Cinder's gonna, like, brush some hair behind her ear, and she's gonna be like, well, Sadie, we didn't really plan for all this nonsense to happen, did we?
Well, to be nearly killed by people? Not really.
And to be told that our lives aren't really our own. Strangest thing.
Hey, Cinder, give me a will save.
Oh.
Will save.
14.
Okay. So it's at this point that, as time goes on, you feel the sensation that your memories perhaps are not your own. And you begin to remember the face of Maven more from a different perspective.
Ooh.
As if you stared into his untempered eyes at a time before. Essentially, you're getting your memories as Rue back.
Ooh.
You may also now drop the accent if you would like and speak as Rue, although you're in Cinder's body.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
By the time you get up, you should be able to recall anything as Rue completely, although you will not be in your body.
Ooh. Ooh.
So do with that information what you will. Zavi,
Uh-huh.
how about you give me a will save too?
Yeehaw. 5.
You are Zavi. Nothing but Zavi. You've always been Zavi. Zavi does Zavi thoughts.
No.
He just be dog.
Arf
Him
arf.
just dog. Bark, bark.
Orc, orc. Ooh.
So with that result, would you like to interact at all? It's also at this time, Cinder, you're looking back at your own deceased body.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to say anything?
Cinder's going to... Well, since she's back to Rue now, can I just call her Rue?
No, because you're in Cinder's body.
You're in Cinder's body, so technically.
I'm in Cinder detention. Gay baby jail.
You know that you are Rue and you're not in your own body, but other characters are not aware of this.
Cinder's gonna blink once, twice, and then look at herself, and then look at her body. And she's gonna start freaking out. She's gonna, like, grab at her hair, and she's actually gonna, like, snatch off her little widow's weave hat, if she can do that.
Yeah, you can do that.
She's gonna, like, touch her face and just be hysterical. What happened? What's going on? And she's just gonna, like, start, like, pulling and like pinching at herself because she's just really, really confused as to what's going on.
It's at this point that Joachim is already finished doing the somatic components and stuff of a spell with the white grimoire out, and he kind of turns toward you with an eyebrow raised. He's like, "Now, what's all this commotion about? We're gonna learn how the land sharks were this loud."
And then Rue recalls the land sharks and managed to like simmer down a bit as she like sits on her knees and she like shakily points at her own body. She's like, what am I doing there? And what is Maven doing there? And who are you? And she like jabs her finger at you, Xavier. And you can clearly tell this is not meant to be offensive, but more she's like genuinely terrified and confused.
Zavi just raises his hands, just like surrendering, like, I don't know what's going on either, okay? Just relax, okay? Just chill.
It's at this point Ruthie kind of looks over her shoulder toward you guys, and she's like, "Well, you told me yourself. She said that your bodies had been swapped, or your consciousnesses. I do not know what this is about, but once we get back to Alzadil, I know a person in a way that we can get this all resolved and get things back to normal.
Ooh.
This is not something new that has happened."
Ooh.
Oh.
And at this point, Cinder is just like wiping tears from her eyes. Like she's clearly frantic and super confused. And she's like, I don't know what happened. We went to Luron and something happened. I don't remember, and now we're here. I just want things to be back to normal.
You can kind of see Joachim's eyebrows kind of sink in a... It's a bit somber, and you can see Ruthie turn back around and kind of stare toward the waxing crescent moon. They don't really respond. They're just kind of getting back to their duties.
Zavi then, like, puts a hand on Cinder's shoulder. Look, we wanted to get out of Laron. That's what mattered most. We don't know what's going on, but they'll help us, okay? For now, we just need to relax.
And Cinder,
Everything will
like,
be okay.
And Cinder, like, lets out a small sniffle. She, like, puts a piece of hair behind her back, and she's like, just hope things all right. I can't stand losing two friends.
Well, I don't know who Ding is, to be quite honest, but we'll get you there, okay? There's obviously something wrong, and you're obviously seeing it better than me, but we'll figure it out.
It's at this point that Ruthie turns around. She's like, "You lot should get some sleep. I'll keep watch." And then she kind of sits with her with her skinny legs kind of cut up, and she cradles them with her gigantic arms.
No.
And she just kind of stares out into the whitish, bluish sands in the evening. Zavi, would you like to take a 20 on a will save?
Yeah.
It's during your sleep that you realize that you have visions of a very tyrannical man sitting in a castle all of his lonesome. And you have memories as you run through a small hamlet of the buildings around you crumbling and banners raising in their place. And then you run into a ruined building and you put your hands firmly on the dresser top. And as you look in the mirror, you can see the face of the white-furred man they had an altercation with.
Oh.
And in your dreams at this point, it's like, I am Maven. I've always been Maven. Wake up, Maven. So the next time you're conscious, you'll be Maven. Accent and everything. You'll be Maven, but you'll be not in your body.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe even.
Good impression. Good impression on the.
I did one of Rue last time, but abandoned it this time. Okay.
I like how you did Ruse though.
Hey, Sammy, you and me had a great time. Would you like to take a 1,000 on a wake up save?
Okay.
Okay.
That's more
I
than.
got a 4.
Yeah, good thing I gave you a 1K. Alright. So, Ding,
Oh god.
as you awaken, you find yourself half submerged in a small wooden tub, half filled with spring water. You are in a small room with acacia doors. It seems as if it's carved out of sandstone. And it's furnished with small cots and basic furniture. It's very weird because everything is carved out of stone into the walls.
Wait, so there's furniture in a stone.
It's like a
Kinda.
basement.
It's like a basement.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, right, because I didn't even... Okay. Yes, I remember now.
It's at this point that instinctively you try to summon your arms, and nothing happens. It's at this point that you look at the spines of books on a bookshelf in front of you, and they're all symbols that seem to switch. You could swear that the previous time you were awake you could read these.
Ding tries to get a hold of herself, looking down, wondering what just happened, because there was a whiplash of constant nightmares, and then suddenly here.
It's been quite a while since you can't really remember your nightmares. It kind of feels like you've been trying to watch something, but you've been blind for the past month.
Alright, Ding is still gonna be a little out of it, but she's gonna attempt to try to... Can I roll a fucking thing to see if there's a person around?
A perception check? Yeah.
Perception, yes. Okay, let's go. Oh shit, hold on. My iPad turned off, that's not good. Okay, I rolled a 17.
That'll do. Alright. So it's at this point that you're sitting in this room and there's a closed door, and there is a door handle that you cannot reach without arms, which you do not have access to, on your left side.
Uh-oh.
You hear an incredible amount of hustle and or bustle as the sounds of several series of footsteps and loud arguing voices are happening. You can hear a familiar twang of some southern accents and some voices that you don't remember in the least. You also hear the shuffling of rearrangements of furnitures. If you get right up next to the door,
Mhm.
you can take a 20 on all perception checks.
Okay. It's at this point that Ding realizes that everything is off. She's realizing that she is dry out of
Oh yeah, go ahead.
soup.
So,
And she is like fucking out of it. What the fuck? Anyway, Ding is gonna try to like go to the door a little uneasy, a little sick.
Give me a
Or not.
strength check to see if you successfully clamber out of the bucket full of water without spilling it.
You say that's my strength is like -1. Okay, hold on.
Isn't it -2?
I thought it was -1. No,
I
it's
don't-
-1.
Oh, it's -1. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I rolled a 10 -1 equals 9.
As you use your tentacles to try and clamber out of the bucket, you messily spill it, and your entire back is dripping wet with water. You catapulted all the spring water onto the floor in front of you and your back. However, it moisturizes your tentacles more, and it leads to the door. So this is actually a convenient accident that has just happened.
Sick. Now
So-
Ding is feeling a little better.
Yeah. So as you remain next to this door, You could make checks. You can make strength checks to try and make sounds, but you cannot open it because you can't reach the handle. You do not have arms, so you can't open it. But you can listen. But you can listen.
Alright, I'm gonna listen to see if I can hear anyone I recognize.
Okay.
You're like a cat who wants food.
I want food. Gimme.
You can't talk. You can talk too. You can talk, shout, etc. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's at this point that Cinder and Zavi,
Yes.
you're all gathered in a room, and there's Marty, there's Joachim, and there's Ruthie, and they're all sitting with a lot of information, like tomes, pages, and such, laid out on tables. You can see the corpse of Rue is tied up upright in a chair. She is not decayed in the least.
Mm-hmm.
You can see Maven, he's awake, and he's kind of robotically looking straight ahead and muttering to himself, as his arms are behind the chair and manacled into place. And then Joachim beckons for both of you to sit down in similar chairs. And he says, "Now, I apologize to you, but as a sign of faith, we're going to need to bind you two in a similar fashion."
Well, guess.
Whatever gets the job done.
Okay, so you both have taken a seat, and you have willingly taken some manacle bindings to your wrist. They're, however, not very tight because they're trustworthy of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. So you said, Rue lost the Cinder lost the accent. It sounds like Rue, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So you basically hear Rue.
So I hear Rue.
And Zavi is basically sounding like Maven.
Yeah.
Okay. So I hear them both.
Mm-hmm.
And this gets Sting, like, oh shit. She starts kind of like knocking on the door
With her head.
with their like tentacles and head.
Okay, give me a strength check.
Got it. Well, 3.
Alright. You don't seem to make a significant amount of noise.
And it's also, can I also like kind of yell their names?
I'll give you a 5 on that, and no, it does not make a significant amount of noise.
Damn it.
Alright.
I need to be right back real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Quick break. I'm gonna use the bathroom and pause the VOD super quick. So if you guys need snacks and stuff, go ahead and do it. Okay, we're back.
Dead.
Okay, so, man, I have to change what's here. So Zavi and Cinder, you're both now tied to metal chairs along with Rue and Maven. I already read that part.
Yep.
Each of you are in Alzadiel's underground bunker where you stayed prior. Zavi and Cinder, you've had much time during your travels back here to consider and add up as to why a large chunk of your memory is not familiar to you. Ruthie speaks aloud. "We are all gathered here this evening together because we have reached an impasse." She gestures as she speaks with her enormous meat-murdering hands as she addresses everyone. "Upon our
Long
visit to the
hands.
war-torn town Loran, we discovered 2 familiar faces that I have met elsewhere," and she gestures toward the dead Rue with her, like, head kind of tilted back now. And then Maven just robotically staring forward and muttering to himself below his breath. And 2 new friendly forces that claim that they are not who they appear to be, and that she gestures toward you two. She paces about, darting her eyes toward the lot of you. "Everyone here is innocent until proven guilty. We Feykind are not fans of the violent route, so let's see if we can get to the bottom of this to the best of our
Is this
ability."
a fucking court?
That's a... I don't know, is it?
Sounds like it.
That's something you should not be asking out of character while we're role-playing.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's at this point that Marty stands up and speaks up. "When we've ascertained the possibility of legitimacy, we will release everyone from their binds. You are free to ask questions and speak freely to absolve yourself in your cases. We will begin the interrogation now." And he starts to watch a clock on the wall. Alright, guys, so basically, everything is open to interpretation. You can ask questions and all that, and I will respond in kind. Except for you, Ding. You gotta break that door barrier. Or have someone answer it before you can get involved.
Yeah, I know.
And I will let you know, Ding, when you can do it.
Got it.
You can see all the fauna kind of pacing about, and they're kind of eyeing you up and down. You can see Joachim in the back, and he actually has a dragon egg that has some red scales up its top that kind of looks like what Alostra's scales look like. And you can kind of see him examining it with a instrument as he listens.
So is like people are asking us questions, or
You are asking them questions.
You say this is a common occurrence. Are you serious about this?
It's at this point that Joachim doesn't even look away from his studies. He's like, yes, we had cases of sting operations back in the Great Fae War where we would have a friendly face suddenly pull a firearm and take out innocents, when the day before they were just providing cookies and muffins to the young.
Well, that's not us. We aren't ourselves right now. This is awful.
It's at this point you can see Marty kind of furrow his eyebrows, and he's like, well, you can be honest with us. We've already received the kobold flock that came from Loran, and they are being rehabilitated, and most of them that are capable of learning we are teaching common now. Not all cold-bloods are bad, and he kind of motions toward you, Cinder. But we just have to make absolute sure. We don't want another outbreak. Do you understand?
And Cinder, like, sighs a bit. She's like, of course we do.
It's at this... Go ahead.
This is the... So we have full memory back, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You have full memory up to when you were knocked out to the gate.
Okay.
So there is still a large lapse in your memory of about 7.5 months.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ding had a good sleep.
Oh,
Good
no,
sleeping.
Yep.
Well, Ding, you already know.
Yeah, we know.
Yes.
It's at this point that Marty rubs his chin. He's like, well, if you're not who you say you are, then who are you?
Like, do I have the memory of Savi still, or
No,
like, is
you
it
have
just
the
all
memory
me?
of Maven.
Okay.
You have the memory of what you experienced in Loran plus the memory of your actual character.
Huh.
Mechanically.
Yeah. Well, who I am really is Maven. That's always been me. But during the time in Loran, I was the person over there looking towards the strung up body of Maven
Yeah.
with his tempered eyes.
And I've always been Rue. Or at least I always have been Rue until I wasn't me. And she was me. And she, like, motions over to Rue's limp body.
Very dead.
Hey, Ding.
What's up?
You wanna try to signal?
Yes. I'm gonna look around to see if I can find anything. Climb up to anything.
What specifically are you searching for? You need to be specific when you're searching.
I need to look for something I can either like carry or knock over.
So something that you can knock over. Would you prefer to knock something over, or would you prefer to carry something? You need to be very specific so I can interpret
Knock
this.
something over, sorry.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Okay.
I'm just thinking of something that you technically could have used at the door.
8.
Okay, so you find a large lamp post, but as you try to wriggle your way across it, your tentacles keep slipping off of it, and you can't knock it down.
Damn it.
So we're going to continue in the room there. And it's at this point that Ridley speaks up, and she's like, I remember on the road here, I remember these two. I remember one straight off the road, and we had to make sure the land sharks didn't turn you into food. And then Marty speaks up, and he's like, yeah. They came here, and they had a friend with them that kept saying that they wanted to go to the war-torn town, and that was the last time I saw them. That was the last time I saw them a month ago.
Excuse me. A month?
A month ago?
And then Marty looks up and is like, yeah, a month ago.
That... I could have sworn we were gone for longer.
And then Joachim stops, he takes the monocle off of his eye that he's using as a tool, and he's like, now how long would you say that would be?
About what felt like 7 months. Half a year at least.
It's at this point he kind of pushes his stool back and he stands up, and he's like, that's very interesting, because this here Dragonborn egg was laid, and it doesn't have the time signature of having been gone for 7.5 months. However, there it is. Could there be a distinct possibility that there was some foul magic in play to increase the passage of time? And you can see all the fauna can begin to like kind of rub their chins and whiskers and such in thought.
Drew just like blinks to herself and she's be like, wait, you said you saw her a month ago? Where is she? Where's Ding now, huh? Didn't you say you were gonna take care of her?
It's at this point that Marty looks up and is like, your friend's been asleep the whole time, lass. She's been asleep the entire time. Ding.
Yes.
You still want to knock something big over?
Yes.
Try that. Try that strength save again, if so. Not strength save.
12.
Strength check. 12. Okay. It's at this...
No. Oh, wait. So, a perception check?
No, strength.
Oh, strength. Okay, then yeah, 12.
It's at this point that you've gotten the large object to begin to wobble, but it hasn't fully fallen. The next time you make a check, it'll be with advantage. But we're going to go back into the room. And she's like, yeah. We've had my gem, Maru, check on her and make sure she's hydrated the entire time. But she's just been asleep the entire time. She still shows signs of breathing and existing. And I have been studying her ether signatures while you've been gone, and I've learned quite a lot. But until she comes to, there's really not a whole lot I could do. And then you can kind of see him cross his arms. He's like, you know, if she came to, there'd be a good cause for us to legitimize that you are who you say you are. But until then, we're going to have to continue this and see what conclusion we come to. And then it's at this point that Joachim's also like, now, Marty, when we found him, that one, the big one, and he points toward Drew's body, that one was completely deceased. And this one, and he points toward the robotic muttering maven, that's just the way he's been, except he's been asleep. This is not the way that you found them before when they left, right? And Marty's like, no, they were fit as a fiddle. They were eager to go on the behalf of their friend, which strikes me odd that they go in place of a friend when they seemed more invested in each other. Why, the night before they had a nice classy date that my little gem Maru helped them out with. It wouldn't make sense that two lovebirds like that would leave and then come back and be dead and essentially undead.
Throwback to Dancing under the Moonlight.
Hell yeah.
That's very gay.
Would you two like to make comments about this? This is an event that you clearly do remember.
Oh yeah, you did set up that date, didn't you?
Yeah, that's right, because Maven was just kind of like, at the time.
Yeah, because he was fucking dying.
Disabled kid.
Disabled kid.
And we're just like, well, I wouldn't really call it a date, more like friendly hangouts in the moonlight.
Everybody else called it a date.
Well, everybody else wasn't on that date, were they? I mean, weren't hanging out, were they?
Mm-hmm.
It's at this point that a familiar yellow rotund sight comes out of the opposing doorway, and she's like, "Yep, it was a date." It's Marumeru in her small clothes and a sports bra with like a towel kind of over her shoulders.
Ooh,
Got him.
got him.
And she kind of walls forward as she's like drying herself off. He's like, "Yeah, I remember that." And then you can kind of see her expression sour and droop as she sees both Maven and Rue dead and essentially undead. And then she just goes silent. Hey, Ding!
You want me to roll another one?
Yeah, roll with advantage this time.
Yay. Advantage.
Vintage.
Fuck.
What's
I
down?
got a 3 and a 6.
Okay, well, the lamp continues to wobble as it is, and it goes back to a static standstill. You have to start over again.
Can I please suggest this has been tearing at me ever since I realized it, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
DM
Go
me.
ahead.
Yeah,
No,
you can do
just say
that.
it.
You can say it or DM.
Okay, say
Up
it,
to
say
you.
it.
I think I'm gonna say it. Can't you use telepathy to let someone know you're awake?
You
Soup.
don't have access to your soup, dude.
Soup.
Ah.
She has no
God.
magic powers. That's why she has no arms.
I would
No
have
soup.
used my arms, dude, but nope.
No
Yeah,
soup.
because mechanically
Dog.
she's lost all of her class feature and racial feature abilities until soup.
I'm literally nothing.
Oh,
Yeah,
So she's
you were
just split.
squid.
yeah.
It was worth a shot. Oh, this is so
It's
frustrating. I'm
tearing
so
me
frustrated
apart.
on your behalf, Ding. A 6 and a 3 on your. Oh,
I'm trying.
Okay,
so
let's
disgruntled.
yeah, it is frustrating, but let's cut back into the room, and it's at this point that Ruthie kind of looks over her shoulder toward Marumeru, and it's at the time that Marumeru catches her eyes, and she kind of glares at her, and then she kind of storms past her and up the stairs, and you kind of hear a door on the upper level slam.
Oh.
You can kind of see Ruthie's expression kind of soften a little bit as she looks toward Marty, as he kind of shakes his head a little bit. And he's like, "She'll be fine. Think nothing of it."
Yeah, she really didn't think too highly of you after that situation coming here.
And then Ruthie's like, "Oh yeah, that kid threw a hell of a punch. I felt it." And it's at this point, hanging out of her pocket, you can see the same handkerchief that's still stained with, like, blood that she was wearing over her mouth that day. And it's at this point that Ruthie gets a chair, which is, like, very, very tiny for her, and she sits on it backwards, and then raises her chin on her knuckles, like, "So, you understand that we just don't want to try to switch you guys back without being absolutely certain. Tell me more of what you remember."
Well, let me think.
I remember when we first came to Clemmacia.
Oh yeah, when we first met Jamie and all of the people at Birchback.
It's
And
at
she like kind of snickers a bit. She's like, remember when Maru gave each of us a nice wallop? Good times. I remember meeting you with a giant bruise on your head.
Yeah. That was I hardly remember that day.
Hey, Ding.
Hello.
What would you like to do?
Do
Do you want to knock down the same object or give up and do another perception check to try to find something different? There is also something else. There's something else on your sheet you haven't considered that I just realized, but I'm not going to say anything.
Ooh.
I just realized it. I'm like, oh my god.
God.
But there's alternate ways to solve problems, so do which one that you feel is suitable.
So you say I don't have any of my magic. I don't
No.
have any of my class
No.
things.
None.
No,
Nope.
no inventory.
0.
Zilch. No.
I'll give you a 20 to see that your adventuring pack is hanging on a shelf that is 6 feet up.
Oh shit!
That might be a
You think
subtle...
I could climb up to it?
That might be a subtle hint as to what I was describing earlier. You do have spider climb movement, don't you?
Yes, I do.
How much is it? 20 feet?
It is 35 feet.
Fuck, I gave you a lot.
Wait, what?
You gave me a lot. Yeah, I have
I-
25 swim, 35 climb, 25 feet.
and then 25 feet.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You could have used all of those in combination if all the things were correct. Okay, so since you have spider climb, I'm not going to force you to do a strength check. However, I am going to force you to do a strength check. You want to just knock your stuff off the shelf to the floor?
You know what? Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Hoping it would make at least some noise to get someone to open the door.
All right, give me a strength check there.
All right. Damn it! 3.
Would you like to take a 15?
Yes,
Take a
please.
Because this is going on too
Please.
long. Alright, so it's at this point that you successfully pull your adventuring pack off, and in the process, it hits a bookshelf on the way down, and it begins this process. So the shelf goes askew as the books fall down, and they fall onto a wooden plank in the floor, which launches up a kettle. And then the kettle flies over, and it knocks over a shelf of empty glass bottles, which all go cling, cling, cling,
Oh no!
and shatter across the floor. And then one of the last bottles begins to roll down a shelf all the way across the perimeter room. And Ding, your eyes are on this, just mesmerized. This is happening.
Holy shit!
And then it manages to bump a domino set that was set up, but it wasn't quite
Oh,
super
what?
good together.
God.
And then it's,
Hello?
and and then it falls apart. It just explodes into a sound of just.
Jesus.
And then finally,
Okay, Tom and Jerry.
and then finally, after all this is done, the overhead ceiling thing, which is made of glass, falls and shatters loudly.
Oh my fucking
Just
God.
completely
Good job.
unrelated.
Throw back to when Ding squished all those cakes.
Oh no!
And then it's at this point that I'm just gonna go ahead and just roll 3 checks.
Wait, am I still on the wall?
Yes.
Yes.
It's at this
Oh my
point
God,
it's at this point that Marty gets up and he hops up to open the door, and he looks in to see just everything destroyed, and then he looks over to see the tub tipped over, and he's like, "Little one, are you awake in here?"
Wait, hold on.
Oh.
Oh, convenient.
Hmm.
I hope you're not hiding in Sadefin for too long, because pacing.
Jeez.
I'm gonna... Oh, here it comes. One moment. I am going to pause, resume the recording. Okay, go
No,
ahead.
it wasn't that. It was my mom coming in and asking me to do a favor
Oh.
really badly. So
Okay.
sorry.
Alright.
Okay. So
Okay.
Mappy Pappy's in.
Yeah.
He asked, "Hello, is anybody there?" And Ding just kind of like, still at the wall, looks at him. I didn't do that.
And then he sees the pack on the floor. Which hasn't touched anything. Just everything else that was close to it kind of fell over of its own accord.
Oh my god.
It's at this point he kind of face palms and he's like, you know what? This isn't important. Why don't you come on out? We got some people I think you should see.
You could see Ding kind of like hyperventilating a little bit. Wait, she doesn't remember any of her dream, right?
She does a bit.
Okay. Because this is important. So,
Yes.
she goes out. She sees Rue dead. Maven. Where's Maven again?
Maven
He's
is
dead.
Maven is essentially zombified.
And then he sees
Give me a second.
Okay. Should I go on?
Yeah, go ahead.
So basically, I see everything that's going on, and the first thing Ding does is scream in horror because she has no idea what's going on. And basically, like, kind of recalls a little bit more of her nightmare and starts panicking.
It is
And running
also at this
around.
point that you notice Rue's body is badly burned, but you don't know it's from acid and not fire. As is what happened in your
no!
dream.
I know! Oh no! and Ding is just like
Mubby,
running
Mubby,
around
Mubby.
freaking
Okay.
out. Hi.
Hello.
Basically, Ding is freaking the hell out because he just saw the bodies.
Oh.
And Rue's body's a little burnt. My dream had a specific thing where Rue was burnt and I couldn't save her.
You do realize that Maven is not shot or has holes in him to any capacity.
Still, Rue!
Yeah. The prophecy came true.
It's half true.
Oh no! Oh god!
It's half true.
After.
So Ding is like, yeah. So Ding is freaking out. What are you guys gonna do?
You guys can turn to see Ding. Ding is just kind of barely in the room now.
Oh god. God, thank you. She's still alive.
It's so good to see you.
And Ding, it's at this time that you realize there are two people you've never seen before, and your friends' voices are coming out of their mouths.
Is there anything next to me? Just curious. Like
Um,
a pole, or like a rock or some shit.
There's a shard of broken glass from when you broke that potion bottle.
Okay, so Ding is gonna hold up the glass like a knife and point it straight to both of you guys.
Oh, great.
What?
Oh,
Like,
good.
what have you guys done to Rue and Maven? What's going on?
It's at this point that you see big ol' Ruthie raise her giant meat-beaten hands, and she's like, "Come in. I remember you from before. Maybe you're the key to solving this. We went to the war-torn town Laran, and we found these two here. And then they found these two, like this. Maybe we should allow them to explain themselves." And then she kind of does the motion of go on with her giant monster clobber in hand.
Ding is Like, she's visibly angry, crying, and shaking it all at once, waiting for your response.
Fuck.
Ding.
Go on.
It's us. Don't you remember us? We don't know what's happening either. We were so worried something had happened to you.
But and she looks at, she points with her tentacle at the dead body. But
Our bodies got swapped. If that's not hard to tell.
huh? Wait,
Yeah, I know, right? And her laugh is kind of like awkward and a bit somber.
so you're just telling me that your bodies got swapped?
We don't know how exactly. But yeah.
But that's what they told us.
And then she just looks at Rue. Huh. And then she puts the piece of glass down. I see. She's like wiping away some tears.
That is the most emotion I've actually seen out of you.
Oh, you in for a treat.
And Rue's gonna like snicker at what Xavier says, and she's like, "What's wrong? You care about us or something?"
Wait, what? I didn't understand
You
what
care
you said.
about us, or
What, you care about us or something?
Oh. And I Ding tries to like recall I don't know. She tries to like pump her chest up, but like she clearly can't. She's still like in tears. It's a long story. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. She's thinking it's her fault.
And Rue like kind of sighs. She's like, "Don't worry. I'm sure this," and she like makes a small motion with her shoulders because she can't like move her hand, "is a long story too, I'm sure."
Yeah, we've got a lot to talk about.
It's also at this point you see Marty has gone through the stuff that Maven and Rue had on him. And it's at this moment you recognize the rifle and the shotgun he pulls out. And they seem to have completely rusted and corroded. Like they were like shining when you received them. He's like, my goodness. There really must be something going on, because these were pristine when I handed them to you.
How did... Huh.
Those were like new when you gave it to us.
Yeah. You'd use them a bit, but not to the point where it's rusted.
It's this point where Ding kind of looks very curious at the gun. Wait, hold on a minute. If that gun is rusty and you guys got it when it was new, and then she kind of puts like a tentacle on her head, like kind of leaning down a little awkwardly. How long was I asleep for?
And then Marty looks up and he's like, you've been asleep for a month.
And then Ding just kind of like her jaw drops.
Oh, by the way, good morning. Glad to see you awake.
And Rue like snickers a bit and she sighs like, "Yeah, this must be all so bizarre, like a weird dream, huh? But I guess it's not unfamiliar to you, Ding. You should know better than anyone how it feels to not be in your own body."
And Ding just stays silent.
Damn.
She took offense to that.
That's a fucking call out. Jesus.
It's at this point that Joachim kind of takes stock of the reaction. He's like, I have a theory. Ruthie, release these two from their binds, please. I have an experiment.
Experiment?
It's at this point that Ruthie goes behind you, and you can see it was from her ginormous hand. She struggles to release the manacles, but she does after a few moments. And then Joachim kind of turns toward Marty. He's like, Marty, my boy, did you say that you lent those rifles to them? And he's like, oh yeah, I sure did. Give me a minute. I don't know what you're thinking, but I hope it's kosher. And at this moment, he goes into the room that you destroyed pretty much everything in, Ding, unintentionally. And then while he's in there, Joachim, he kind of furrows his the black beard on his chin, and he's like, if you two are truly who you surmise yourselves to be, you should be able to exhibit some of your previous abilities.
Oh, fuck.
Correct?
Well, we should, yeah.
And then,
It would help.
and then Joachim looks down toward you, Ding. He's like 5 feet tall, so
No.
he's also a bunny with gray fur and black hair. Just so you know,
Oh.
he's a hare actually, but bunny.
Oh.
And he's also like, so you've seen these two fight, right?
Wait, did I? I don't think I did.
Have you fought with them before all this shit happened?
Yes, you have with the kobold. Wait, no. Yeah, with kobolds.
Oh, with them. I thought you meant like against.
No, with them.
Oh no, yeah. A couple times. They're okay. She says jokingly.
He's like, okay,
Really.
very well then. And it's at this point that Joachim picks up the horribly corroded rifle, and you can see him hit the stock of it with his hand, and out of it comes an almost perfectly untouched by time arcane focus. Cinder, or Rue, you would recognize this as the one you originally placed into it.
Oh,
Oh.
And then he's like, here, catch. And he tosses it to you, and you can take a 20 on the catch.
Alright.
This is an arcane focus +1.
Ooh.
No.
A hamburger.
No.
happens to the best of us.
I was ready. I was instantly ready for them to barge in with a no.
Said no.
No.
Hamburger.
Sorry about that. That'll happen. Anyway,
It's
let's
fine.
move on and not
It's
dwell on
fine.
that, please. And then it's at this point that Marty comes in, and he passes a very familiar-looking bow and quiver to you, Zavi. This is a bow +2.
Oh.
It has been improved and polished to the nth degree since you have been missing.
Oh, my baby.
And it's also at this time is like, now, I have an idea. Miss Ding,
Yes.
if you could tell that these were your compatriots, they should be able to hit something fairly simple from a distance. Correct?
That is very true. Yes.
It's at this point that Ruthie bends over and she gets a couple of fruits. And she holds them up over either side of her head with her like thumb and forefinger. And she's like, if you could hit these apples that I'm holding, I think I'll call it a success.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
Can you tell me we have to William Tell some apples?
Yes, you do.
Great.
Rue, this is your interpretation of how you want to do it. Maven,
Mhm.
or quote unquote Maven, you should know how to do this already.
Yep.
So give me an attack roll using your current sheet in your body.
Oh, in my body right now. Okay,
Yes.
so
Do not use
in your
Maven's.
body.
Okay.
Wait, short bow is
You
dex,
almost...
right?
Yes. Question.
Answer.
Do bards have proficiencies with bows?
Ooh.
Ooh.
And crossbows, yeah. No.
Okay.
Wait, is a bow a simple weapon?
Yes it is.
Short, yeah, then, yeah, simple weapon.
Okay, great. Also add +2 to that, because it's a bow +2.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh. Me.
Right.
Getting a natural 20.
Okay,
Damn. Dude.
so describe how you clearly hit this apple through the center.
As he draws his bow, he takes a quick breath, eyeing the apple, and then, with just a graceful shot, goes through it, directly through the middle.
It splits the apple into, not 2 pieces, but 4, and they fall to the floor.
Oh my god.
And
Okay, Cinder.
wait.
You get the fun option of describing what you're doing to hit this apple, because you don't have one option, you have many.
Alright, Cinder, like, looks at her arcane focus and she, like, looks at her hand and she's like, you know what? Why not try one out for old time's sake? And she's gonna cast Firebolt on this thing.
Okay, go ahead. Add +1 to your attack roll, because it's a +1.
Okay. 19.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, you hit it, and you, as you strike it, Ruthie holds onto it as it dehydrates into a raisin. It's also at this
Apple.
point that all the fauna can narrow their eyebrows toward you, seeing you use a fire spell.
Oh, okay.
That's a thing, yeah.
It also makes sense because you are a dragonborn, so you can kind of see them nod their head and be like, okay.
Okay.
And it's at this point that Marty kind of pats you on the back thing. He's like, well, would you say that's familiar enough?
Well, yeah.
Are these two the friends that left?
Ding takes one, like, look at them, kind of sarcastically, like, giving a face of, like, I don't know who the hell you are. But ultimately says, yep, these two are my friends, Maven and Rue. And she points at the, at the fuck, you know.
At the bodies? Or
I point at Cinder and
You can
Zombie.
say Xavier if you want.
Zavi, yes. I point
Okay.
at them.
It's at this point that Marty adjusts his eyeglasses. Okay. If you two would you pass the items into your counterpart's hands for me?
Okay.
So, Cinder, you basically have to make the corpse kind of clasp it.
How would I give him the bow?
Just kind of the same thing. Just kind of, you kind of undo the manacles and you place the bow and quiver kind of into his hands.
Yeah.
All I can imagine is just firmly grasp it! And stabs it through your hand.
Oh god.
Jesus.
Okay, so both of you give me... Here's what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
The both of you, Zavi and Cinder, you fall unconscious. So, here's what's gonna happen. Both of you, give me a death saving throw.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
Shit.
wait.
Holy days.
D20, don't add anything.
That's
I got a
18.
nat 20.
Oh!
18.
Okay, so R and M.
Damn, you guys are getting higher dice rolls than me.
Okay, another.
Another. Oh, geez, another one.
Oh boy.
Oh no!
Rip. 16.
14.
Okay, and Maven, another.
Oh, fuck. 20. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So Maven, it's at this time that you you're staring down at your bow and your mind is foggy. But a considerable amount of time passed, and you see an unfamiliar body kind of springing robotically to life as his eyes are milky white and the irises are completely white. Rue,
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
roll me a death save.
Bitch! Oh. Bip. 5.
In your mind, you can hear a shrill voice call out. It is the only thing you can hear. You cannot see anything. Your vision's completely black. And it says, "Are you tired of being subservient to these hair kind? I'll let you borrow a fraction of my power, and you can pay it back in kind at a later time."
Oh, God.
Here's what's gonna happen. I'm rolling your death saves now.
Uh-oh.
Alright, it's under the cup. How do you respond to this offer?
And Rue's gonna blink and she's just gonna...
You are not in a body.
You're not
Oh, I
blinking.
see.
You are a disembodied spirit.
Oh, God.
You're a ghost.
You're spooky.
And she's just gonna be like, "What's in it for me, huh? How do I know I can trust you?"
That is a natural 1. You get 2 failures.
Motherfucker.
And then she says, "Do not bite the hand that feeds you. You are not the one that gets this choice."
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Ruda.
Another death save. There goes the cup. I placed it to where I can't see it.
Uh-oh.
It's at this point, she's like, "You've been pushed around your entire existence, haven't you? Aren't you tired of being under the thumb of someone else? Would you like to matter somewhere for something greater in purpose? Would you like to become the greater purpose?"
Rue's just gonna be silent for a second. She's like, "That's exactly what I want."
Okay, that's a natural 20 on a save. Alright, and now we get to roll one more. Under the cup. I can't see it.
I was thinking the same thing, Sammy.
Sorry.
And it's at this time that she's like, "There is one name that you will answer to. And once you answer to this name, I will grant that which you desire."
What the fuck?
Do you know what name that this is?
Rue's memory is gonna really cinch hard. And she's gonna slowly speak. Is it Tiamat?
It's at this time that you wake up in your own flesh, and the first word off your lips is Tiamat.
Ugh!
Oh.
All right,
Oh, Lord.
congratulations, you're back in your own bodies.
Yay.
It's at this time that you are
Oh, boy.
incredibly... change your names back, and your classes back.
Will do.
Ooh.
It's at this time that you notice you're incredibly feeble. So basically, it's as if you came back from the brink of death.
Ooh.
Damn, dude.
So, Maven,
Yes.
your appearance, your fur is grossly overgrown, matted and dirty. Your hair has grown out of control. And you seem to notice that your mouth is very dry. But otherwise, you're fine, and you're holding your mother's bow in your hands, and it has been polished and upgraded to the nth degree. It is finer than the instrument you held in your hands before. It's at this time that you kind of hold your hands open and you look at your paw pads. And you're just ecstatic to be back in your own. You can also see Ding like 10 feet from you as you're on your knees looking toward this.
Oh God. He's like just ecstatic. He's just super just out of it, but you can tell he's like super weak. He's just
So,
Ding, Maven is within 10 feet of you, and you can see he's kind of still coming too. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I'm gonna uncontrollably smile.
You don't want to
And-
approach him or anything?
I do. I was
Okay.
gonna say that. Oh,
Keep going.
I was gonna like approach him slowly, just kind of like walk as fast as I can. Maybe, are you back?
yeah. I'm back.
Oh, phew. What a relief.
I want to check
And
on
then-
Rue.
Yeah, I was gonna look at Rue.
Whilst you two turn over, Rue,
Ooh.
it's at this point that the texture of your entire body, halfway up your neck, is that of jade-colored scales.
Ooh.
It's also at this point that dice, cup, cup. It's also at this point that you've realized that your blood has run a bit cold. Your leather outfit is pretty ragged, as if you've been working in a mine. And it's also at this time that I raise the cup. You realize that your belly is swollen, as if you've been 8 months pregnant.
Oh shit!
Oh. Fuck.
He did it. He did it.
Oh, he did it. The absolute fucking madman. The absolute fucking madman. He actually did it.
Well,
It's at this time that you kind of caress your collarbone, and it's all scales up, kind of up to your head is the only thing not covered in scales. And your eyes have taken on you can pick the color, but they've taken on the slitted appearance of the body you were just in. It's also at this point that you can see Cinder's body is laid dead at your feet.
Ooh.
damn, dude.
It's at this time that everyone's quite surprised. And then Ruthie kind of moves her hair kind of out of her forehead. And she's like, I suppose while everyone's here, I should come clean about something. And it's at this time that she tilts her head forward, and she gently bonks the back of her head as she puts her hand up toward her eye. And as she brings her hand down, you can see a very small red lens in it. As she cocks her head back to stand up and look toward you, you can see the familiar slitted yellow eye appearance of her left eye. Much like the cinder eye that you'd seen before, where it's slitted and very dragon-like.
Oh, fuck.
It's also at this point where she reaches up with her right arm, and she unravels the bundle on her left shoulder, and as she slowly peels the long glove she's been wearing, revealed is a series of dense and thick-plated metallic black scales all the way down to the bottom of her hand.
Whoa.
Ooh.
And then she clenches her hand, she says, I too have been suffering with the dragon conversion curse.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
You see, dragons lack the ability to create because long ago, a tribe of the indigenous peoples, the chieftain of my former tribe, discovered an artifact. His sole wish was to raise our tribe to power, in which the dread dragon, Tiamat, answered the call. It's at this time, Rue, that you experience a splitting headache from the front of your head to the very back.
Ooh.
And it's at this point that you can see Zavi on the floor go absolutely berserk and begin to shout at the top of his lungs, "Tiamat! Tiamat!" Ah! And he starts to thrash about, like, uncontrollably as if he's having a seizure.
What the fuck?
And it's at this
Hello?
it's at this time that you see Marty reach down to his hip and step on the back of Zavi's head, and then he pulls the trigger, killing him dead on the spot.
Sweet.
What?
Ooh.
F.
What?
F's in chat.
And then as he swivels the barrel, as he spins the barrel in his finger and blows on the end, he's like, "Those who are tempered have to
Yeah.
be slain. Those who worship the dread dragon Tiamat will only grant her more power. And the more that Tiamat comes to power, the more that we will suffer in kind.
What the fuck?
Tiamat is the name of the force that we fought in the Great Fey War 25 years ago. And we have suspected that through Outlanders and through our own, that she's coming back." And it's at this point that Ruthie continues. She says, "Cold-bloods themselves were created, and the one tithe that they cannot break is that they themselves cannot create anew. They seek to convert those whom are weak and powerless, enticing them with the offer of unlimited and easy power." Then, Ruthie motions her enormous hand down to Zavi, who's kind of bleeding out from his head onto the floor. "The price that you pay for metaphorically signing this contract is your free will. The more peoples that fall for this conversion and this tempering, the more likely we are to be thrust back into another leg of a great Fey war. We were able to alone neutralize things entirely of our own within this region, but this could reach a level of epidemic." And then Joachim kind of stands up and walks toward you. "By converting the Fey, the free-willed and the creative, they obtain a source to create, multiply, and swell their numbers. Not all cold-bloods are like this. Matter of fact, it seems that a number of our kobold innocents are seeking treatment here. Commander-in-Chief Ruthie has been cursed like this since the beginning of the war. And we have been researching endlessly to find a cure for this. We have theories, but they are just that. Theories. Hey, Rue,
Yeah.
give me a Constitution save with disadvantage."
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
10.
Okay.
It's not bad, actually.
Very average.
It's at this point that, from your nether regions,
Oh, no.
spills out
Oh,
a
no.
viscous liquid
Oh
Oh,
no.
as you scream this.
baby.
It's baby time. Oh. 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 It's not even that bad. It's just so blunt. But I guess that's the point.
You can change it if you want. But it needs to kind of
No.
fit, it needs to fit that criteria.
I'm...
No,
hear
it's fine. It's just it caught me off guard. Alright. We're just gonna reel her head back and she's gonna like screech. She's gonna be like, "Ah! It's time! Ah!" She's like in pain.
Dig like steps back in fear.
It's at this point that you're sprawled out on the floor and you're dressed down. Joachim is with you and everyone else is dismissed at this time because Ruthie and Marty were caught completely off guard by this. And you can just kind of tell they're elsewhere and in the background while the arduous process of labor goes through. They just have their head in their hands.
No.
And as their clothes are removed, you can see, like, Maven and Ding, for the first time, you see that Her feet have taken on the appearance of dragon's feet. They no longer fit in her leather boots, and she uses scales all the way down.
Oh my fucking god, no.
Maven, would you like to be at the forefront of this event?
Ooh.
I asked that.
Well, I guess I got to.
I asked that as if you have a choice.
I asked that as if you have a choice.
Are you gonna be a good dad or
It's
a bad
it's
dad?
it's at this point that Joachim's like, "Come on, lass, keep going. You can do it." And he's dabbing your forehead with a cold cloth. And then he looks over to you, Maven, and he's like, "Okay, I'm going to need you to reach inside a little bit. I know this is a little weird."
Oh my.
I
This is
dropped my
worse than
phone.
sex.
I dropped my phone.
This
I
is
dropped
worse.
my phone. It didn't crack.
This
Oh my
is
God.
worse than sex. This is worse. This is worse.
It's
Oh
at this
my
point you
fucking
can tell that there is a rounded white shape crowning.
Oh, gross.
Oh,
Rude. Don't shame your baby mama, Maven. It's so
Shut the
rude.
fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Oh my.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh no.
Oh.
what did I wake up to?
Do you want to
lot.
say that?
Yeah.
I have no clue what's happening, but okay, I'll help. Jesus.
Okay, so
You say that.
you're gonna reach your hands forward to kind of just support it as it's coming out.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So Joachim's like, "Push, lass, push. It ain't gonna come out on its own."
Ooh.
So give me a strength check.
I'm gonna fucking piss.
Yeah,
No,
go
you're
ahead. It might help.
Piss.
Roll a strength check.
No!
Roll a strength check, god damn it.
You're ruining the pacing.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just completely caught off
I would
guard.
also like to
Okay.
remind you, the thing I've been saying this entire session, you made these suggestions. So,
Congratulations, I played myself. Okay,
Yes.
13.
alright.
Oh, shit.
So Maven, you can
Yeah.
see the shape is continuing. And oddly enough, you notice that it is just round and domed throughout as it begins
It's
to
an
push out
egg.
more.
Egg.
It's an eggy.
And then, do you guys want to make comments, or is Maven, do you want to just be fucking silent, have an anxiety attack?
Yes.
Okay.
Panic.
It's okay, so
Run
give me
around
another.
circles.
If you're in unbelievable pain, Rue, you take 12 points of damage.
Jesus fucking Christ!
This baby's gonna kill you, dude.
I hope not. Oh, another strength checked 18.
Okay. So as you continue to push, you take another 9 points of damage.
Jesus.
Randy, what are you doing?
And it's almost all the way through. You can tell it's not quite done crowning yet.
Ugh.
But, Maven,
Uh-huh.
at this point, she's kind of pushing out an ovular shape, which is white on the top, but there are jade green scales toward the middle and the bottom.
Oh.
And give me one more push. One more strength check.
Push, damn it, push!
Push!
Push.
Damn it.
Push the baby!
16.
16.
Yes,
16?
16.
Okay, it's at this point that you push and you can do nothing. You take 12 more points of damage.
Oh, great.
And you also take 3 stacks of exhaustion. You can do little
Oh,
else,
great.
but just kind of go. So it is successfully passed, and it's at this time that Joachim looks up at you and he sees that you're holding an egg, and his eyes are wide like saucers. He's like, "I think you two should go into the other room. I'll keep an eye on her." And it's at this point that he continues to dip the cloth back into the bucket, and he dabs your forehead. And Rue, give me a Constitution save.
Ooh.
Oh
Oh god.
Why did
20.
you guys have to fuck?
You got a 20?
You fall unconscious regardless.
Oh,
Oh.
F.
This sad.
F's in chats.
You fall into a very exhausted sleep.
Big sleepy.
The pain for the most part stopped, but while you're unconscious, Joachim is pretty much giving you like a robe and stuff to cover yourself up, because like your leather outfit was just torn apart so you could deliver.
Ooh,
It was
boy.
already like destroyed from like 7 months of exposure anyway. So Maven, it's at this point that you have this egg, and would you like to know the size of this egg?
Yes.
So, it's basically kind of a bit larger than the size of your head.
Oh.
So you can hold it in
Is
two
it the size
hands.
of me?
Yeah, it's about the size of you.
Oh.
Oh shit.
And it's at this point, as you go into the other room, you can see Marty and Ruthie, as they have the other egg with crimson scales on it. And you
Oh,
can
there's two
see
eggs.
you can see him kind of break a hole at the top of it. And he adds an elixir to it. And it's in real time that he's like, "Okay, Commander. I'm just gonna apply this, and we're gonna see what's happened. This is something we've been working on for a while."
Oh,
And it's at this time that he pours the egg out on her scaled arm. And slowly you can see the scales, you can see her kind of bite down on her lip, and it starts to bleed as the scales begin to melt off. And it reveals her arm, which she's just kind of black. She has like black skin. Have you ever seen like a shaven cat and they have black
Yeah.
fur? They have black skin. It's like that.
yeah.
You can see the
Yeah.
skin underneath and the rippling muscles underneath pulsate as the scales begin to melt off or they make contact. And then it's at this point where it's like, "Commander, I'm going to need you to look up." And then he pours the concoction into her eye as she
Oh.
Oh.
grips down onto the table where she was holding it, and she snaps it as she shouts a shrill screech in pain. And it's at this time that he begins to apply a bandage onto her, and then she gives her an eye patch. And you see this in full view, like they didn't try to hide it or anything. And Maven,
oh my god.
in Maven, you can take a seat, and there in your hands, you're holding a Dragonborn's egg.
Oh.
And since you were the only person that was close to Rue in that time, you can only surmise that this is your child.
Ooh.
Fuck.
It's at this point that Joachim comes out, and he's like, "My gods, what has happened?" And you can kind of see him put his head in his hands. And then Marty shouts across the room, "Joachim, my boy, it worked!" It worked. And at this point, as you can see, Ruthie, like, she's like crying at this point. Like, she's not like, but like her, like where her canines pierce her lip is just bleeding all the way down her jaw and onto her clothes, and you can see like her eye just watering that didn't have the stuff poured into it. And you can see just a mess of black scales on the floor, kind of like on her legs where it was. And she's like, "Yeah, we've discovered a way to break the shape-changing curse."
Oh. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh shit.
Oh, fuck.
Oh god.
And ding, these
Yes?
words tickle your ears especially.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh.
I know. Oh. You could, Maven, are you gonna look at Ding?
Yes, I'm looking at Ding.
Because as soon as you look at her, she's all fucking white. She's
Are you
gone
looking?
from-
Are you looking at Maven, or are you looking at the egg in his hands?
I'm kind of like, I'm staring outside, to like what's happening, and just kind of like slowly staring, like turning towards the egg.
It's also at
But
this
I'm also-
point. It's also at this point, Maven, as you stare onto the table, you can see that they've shattered and grinded down one of those smaller pieces of proto-crystal and made it into a fine powder. And then, Ding, you recognize the smell of your own soup elixir as it was mixed with that elixir, and then it was poured into the top of the Dragonborn's egg.
Bro.
So,
Bro.
And then Marty shouts out, the thing we didn't have, a fresh Dragonborn egg, fertilized. That was the missing component.
oh,
Ding stares at the egg. And then back, and then as she notices that you're looking at her weird, she looks back at what's going on out there.
It's at this point that Marty kind of hops off the table, because he was just standing on a table. He's little, remember? And then
Yeah.
he's like, little one, I know what you're afflicted with. The entire time that you've been asleep, I've been able to see your dreams, and I've been able to see the thing that has a thread of fate tied to you. Now, do you understand? Do you understand the concept of inner reflection?
Ding stays silent, but kind of like nods a little bit.
You've got to understand. It's real simple. You sent your friends out to get something on your behalf. That is a very selfish action, which has only been reflected by a vile, terrible monstrosity. That is the form you take.
I really didn't. If I wasn't knocked out, I was gonna go on my own.
And then he kind of furrows his brow. He's like, and he shakes his head. He's like, you see, I know, like the others, you're not from this plane of existence. And
No.
back in the Great Fey War, sometimes when we sent others to other planes, their shape changed to kind of reflect who they were. Like, we had an associate who could never make up his mind, so he became a ball.
Okay.
As for you, I know this in you. I've seen your dreams of something covered in a similar material, standing on two tall legs, and having arms that don't require magic. I've seen a form that you don't have to be tied to something blatant and loud and requiring this elixir. And at this point, he kind of motions over, and the noxious smell of the soup is coming out of a bottle.
You can see Ding like sweating very hard.
And then he puts his hands on both of your like arm nubs / shoulders. He's like, "Don't you see? This is your one opportunity to go back, scot-free." And then he kind of looks up toward Maven, but he's like, "But we understand the moral implications of this. This is your child, sir. This is your choice."
And then Ding looks at Maven kind of like nervously.
Maven's just like still shocked, looking at the egg and then looking at Marty. I don't know what to say. Honestly, I don't.
It's at this point that Ruthie, like, through gritted teeth, stands up and says, "To the Clemmacian law, normally, the welfare of the child would be up to the mother, but since she's incapacitated, that choice lies upon the father, which is you."
Fuck.
Oh no!
Ooh.
It's at this
God.
point that she's like, "Wow, it's been quite an exciting day. If you don't mind, how about we all just get some rest, and we'll deal with this in time." And it's at this point that Joachim kind of motions to Ruthie, and she's like, "Commander, I'm going to need you to transport the mother." We're going to need to keep them separated for security reasons.
Oh Lord.
And then she kind of widens her eyes at this. She's like, you don't think. And then Joachim's like, I suspect.
What? You can't just leave us out of this. What are you talking about?
And then Joachim looks at you. He's like, you're not stupid, boy. You saw that she was covered in scales from almost literally head to toe. This is the same curse. If the curse increases to 100%, she is no more. We don't know every curse is different. Whenever Commander here spilled dragon's blood, her curse got worse. We don't know the condition on your friend's curse. It could advance just by her existing, thinking, eating. It could be anything. So, son, for the now being, due to our local laws, the welfare of this child is up to you. But there could be a lot of people that could benefit from the concoction that would make. But it is your child. You're not one to wrest the welfare of those who have no choices without the approval first. It's at this point that you can kind of see Ruthie with Rue kind of in her arms, and she's like all wrapped up in like more maternity clothes, and she's been cleaned up quite a lot. And you do indeed see from her legs, like her giant like dragon feet hanging out, that she's covered in jade scales kind of all the way up to the bottom of her chin, and those scales have begun to go onto her ears, onto the bottoms. We're going to have to observe her for a short time, and we're going to try some wards, but we'll come back. And Mari says, feel free to stay in Alzadil. We'll try to figure out what's going on. It's been a month since y'all have been gone, and we've been getting some very distressing calls. And you can kind of see him take his eyeglasses off and start to rub them on his shirt. And you can kind of see his eyes have kind of misted over, and you can see his fur on his face and hair is kind of matted from stress. He's like, we should discuss this another time. This right now is a bit more imperative.
Yeah.
Marty.
Yes, little one.
And then Ding just kind of is like looking at the floor. You happen to know where my head is, right?
And he's like, yeah, it's on the hat rack. And he kind of points behind him, and there's like a 5-foot tall hat rack, and your hat is on the very top of it. And then Marty at this point is like, also here, try this. And what he does is he gets a bit of that horrible concoction that you can smell that hasn't been mixed with anything else, and he pours it in a small pours it into a small bowl, and then he presses the edge of the bowl to your lips. Here, try this.
Without hesitation, Ding drinks it.
It tastes just as terrible as you remember.
Yeehaw.
However, it's at this point that you can notice that the tabloids on the walls begin to unscramble, and you can read them in common. And one of them says, "Strange scale illness spreading through the region.
Oh.
Hostility increased."
Oh shit.
And then on another to your left side, it says oversized overpass fallen.
Wait, what?
And
Oversized overpass has fallen.
And then it's at this moment that you can kind of feel your connection with your arms as they materialize, and you can feel the ether converting to magic again into your body as you finish it. And then
Immediately summon my arms.
And then he takes the bowl from you. He's like, I've studied your patron deity, and it requires you to satisfy the pact of drinking specific things. And it took me a week to figure out what the clues might have meant, but there it is, and it's a key component to curing your curse. It's not easy for us to get fresh Dragonborn eggs, but it's proof that it works. Painful though it might be, it works. Finally.
Because
We've been looking for this cure for the past 22 years.
you can see Ding looking up to you, Marty, with like glittering eyes, as she just like nods and says, "Thank you so much."
It's at this point that he's like, don't mention it. Now, y'all make sure you get plenty of rest. We're gonna keep an eye on Rue for a bit. We don't know what's gonna happen, but we'll report to you if anything happens. Feel free to stay for a while, recoup. We know that the body swapping curse has its effects, and it's gonna take a while for you to get your full strength back. And we're really hoping that this doesn't take over Rue in a way that will cause her to die from exhaustion. Birth is already a very difficult process, you must understand.
Yeah.
God.
Poor Rue. No.
So it's
Jesus.
at this point that you guys want to go ahead and get ready to bed. Everyone's like picking up their things and heading out. You can see Ruthie and Joachim are staying on the upper level. Like you guys are still on the lower level with the cots that you had.
Yeah.
And as you head into the area where your cots and stuff were originally, all the birth mess has been cleaned up and replaced.
Neat.
God damn.
And Rue,
Yes.
in your exhausted sleep, you can feel yourself like floating on air. You can kind of feel a chill go down your spine as from the magical darkness in your mind you can see the shining white scales with eyeglasses form. And she's like, "Welcome aboard.
Oh fuck.
You and I are gonna spend quite a bit of time resting and going over things, but there's one thing that we must make clear. Rue?"
I'm sorry, I assumed you wanted me to stay silent.
No, I wanted you to respond. That's why I stopped talking.
Okay. Okay. I just don't know when you're doing dramatic pauses and when you want an actual response.
Like if I don't
Sad.
immediately continue and I'm quiet, you can assume that I'm ready for agency.
Yeah.
Alright. Cool. Who's gonna like look at her and she's gonna be like, "Oh really? What's that?"
And then she rubs her scaly white hands together and she's like, "You have blessed us with a gift. Not all dragons can create, but you are special. You are a dragon now with demon's blood, and you have presented another possible seat of royalty." And she leans forward and says, "Whatever it is that you do not let anything happen to that egg.
Oh fuck.
Oh.
And if something happens to that egg, do the same to them that they did to your offspring. Show no mercy.
Ah!
Oh.
And if you see that you are worthy and you keep up to this, you will have a place in Tiamat's kindred."
Oh. Fuck. Oh no. I don't. Oh no.
And that is
I
where
don't
we're
like
going to
these.
end for today.
No.
Ooh.
Phew. Jesus.
You missed a lot, Sammy.
You missed a
You did
lot.
miss a lot.
Thanks.
You missed a lot.
Thanks.
Alright, so does anyone have any comments before I stop the VOD and we start doing our post-session discussion?
Fuck.
Fool.
Okay, I'm going to assume no, so everyone, thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna take a short break from Clemmacia to continue writing out, and hopefully some more March stuff will come up. So I'm gonna stop the VOD. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you
Bye.
for watch.
Bye.
Coming. Bye.